Hey everyone, Crash Customs, Lake Havasu, Arizona. More significant progress on my 1986 Chevy C30. Front end, it's pretty much there. My plan for the rear, you can see, that's not a 24 on there yet. According to my research and what I've been told, and when I measure it, C20 rear end swapped in where the C30 rear end is, should bring me to just the right clearances to bolting on the 24-inch semi wheels without having to narrow the rear end. So according to my measurements, I should have at least a 1/4 inch of clearance, maybe 3/8, before the outside edge of the tire hits the inside edge of the dually fender. So that's my plan. Still got a little bit of daylight left. Sun's setting though. Actually, I think it has. But lights, I got lights. Get my tools out, pull that rear end, and move on to the next step, putting it in there. I had to call in reinforcements. My buddy came out and did all the wiring for me. He's quicker, he's faster, he's more efficient at it, and he helped plumb the airlines to the front bags. As you can see, got a couple things going on here to help pay the bills. 1968 numbers matching 442, factory 4-speed car, a roof that's getting transplanted onto this, and doing a ton of rust repair on this 1954 Ford Crestline. Also on the other side of the shop, there's a 56 Nomad I'm doing work on, and trying to finish up a 68 Firebird convertible. All those vehicles are on the YouTube channel if you're interested in checking them out. But for now, let me show you what's going on underneath in the back. Things are wired up, everything is mounted, tanks are mounted, wiring, all functioning. Compressors are making air, which, if you've been paying attention, this is not the compressor that was there. I had a old Air Zenith that was back here mounted previously for the helper bags and my train horns, and I could have swore it was working when I drove this up onto the hoist, and I only needed one new compressor. Fortunately, I bought a 2-pack. It's actually a better deal if you buy the 2-pack than individuals. But we got it all wired up and running, and the Air Zenith, no good. Maybe I'll do an autopsy on it, see how bad it is inside, but I'm not upset about it, because if you remember, it's from 06, and I used it really hard in the vehicle that I took it out of and then put it into this one. So no hurt feelings on that. But as you can see, things are loomed up, nice clamps everywhere, and we are ready to pull this off the hoist. I still am doing a rear end swap, C30 to C20, to the narrower C20, which should allow me to put the semi wheels on without narrowing a rear end. The C20 rear end that I pulled out of that parts truck sitting over here, I did a quick cleanup on it, and I'm going to just spray it some cheap black. But in the middle of doing a new gasket. And then this will be ready to go. For the fun of it, let's bust this apart and see where the noise is coming from. Hear that? It's not supposed to be doing that. Well, that was easy. Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. It's beat. It's beat. I'm not upset about that at all. I said before, I bought this back in 06 is the date, 2006, right? The first vehicle I had it on, I abused it hard. When it was on the Dually, it was just for helper bags and train horns, but I totally got my money's worth out of that, and I would buy an Air Zenith again. Other than spraying the C20 rear end for the Dually black, it is ready to go. Well, not totally ready to go. Shock mount there, no shock mount there. I'm gonna wait till it's in the truck in case the factory one needs to be tweaked because it's lowered. But we are just too packed in the shop with customer stuff to get the Dually in here. So this is how it goes sometimes. We're packed over on this side too. I'm gonna have to pull the rear end out outside. It's in a overhang, but it'll be fine. I've worked outside before. It's no big deal, and it is Havasu, so how bad can it get? Although it never rains here, but it did last night. So the backside needs to be wiped down, but we're gonna jack this up, take the wheels off, disconnect everything, and pull the rear end. it ended up kind of being a long night, but the rear end is out. Not a long night, long day. It's still early in the night, but I got to compare this to the C20, see if the perches are all in the same spot. I think they will be. Brake lines, see if that lines up. I gotta clean up my mess, tools, hardware, and before I put the new C20 rear end in, I'm gonna clean up all this hardware and spray that nice and black. It is sun has gone down, obviously, so I don't know, maybe you can still see some of the sky, because the sunset tonight was pretty good. It's probably not going to show much of anything. Maybe if I get past the shop light here. The colors were really pretty nice. Look at all that black though on the screen. Anything? A little bit of color. This is where I'm going to leave this one for the 1986 Chevy C30 24 wheel conversion. Front is really pretty much done. I'm going to polish the wheels yet, but it's in. It felt good to move it off the hoist. It's been on the hoist way too long. So next will be putting in the C20 and putting on the 24s and making sure I got enough clearance right there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you weekly content on all the projects that are going on in the shop. Thanks.